I owe my success to that secret CEO of King's Corp.
You will be groveling at my feet for forgiveness when you realize who I really am.
Spoiler alert, that man earning a meager wage does in fact turn out to be the secret CEO of King's Corp. This is one of the microdramas featured on ReelShort, a Chinese-backed short video app.
I'm willing to wager my entire reputation that this man is a useless loser.
Welcome to the world of microdramas, over-the-top storylines,
Could he be someone dangerous?
jaw-dropping twists,
He helped save my company.
all packed into snack-sized vertical video clips. Fast, addictive, and ready to take over your feed.
In the States, you have soap opera, Bold and the Beautiful, and it's Bold and the Beautiful on steroid, basically. You've got to have a cliffhanger on every minute versus every hour. So everything is sweet, short, and sharp.
They're tapping into the behavior of instant gratification. The way that you immediately are satisfied by seeing this story is what is the hook. It's a little over the top, but it's over the top that is still entertaining, right?
China's microdrama market exceeded 50 billion yuan, or approximately $6.9 billion US dollars in 2024, outpacing China's own box office. And it now has its sights set on the US market.
Many microdrama producers believe, because America produced Hollywood and is probably the world's largest cultural export, if you can sell it to and make it appealing to the American public, you can then sell it and make it appealing to the rest of the world.
So what is behind the popularity of China's microdramas? And can the nearly $7 billion industry become China's next big cultural export to disrupt the US entertainment industry?
Microdrama started in China, I believe in around 2018, and they were sort of an offshoot and a way to capitalize on the trend and the popularity of short form video, which was made popular by TikTok. The format itself has become increasingly popular amongst users. It's where their time is spent, which is why you saw Meta introduce Reels to Facebook and Instagram, and why YouTube introduced Shorts to capitalize on this short form video content.
In China, even though they have like IG and Tencent, they don't have Netflix. They don't have a lot of the Western apps they don't have. So they have to create their own.
It all started with Douyin and also Kuaishou as they started pushing these vertical short dramas on their platforms. Especially 2020, 2021. During the pandemic, dramas grew rapidly, low-cost production, a fast-paced nature, about 90 seconds to 120 seconds long. So whatever you have fragmented time, you watch.
It's not really about the quality, the cast, the story. It's really about how effective you are to grasp the audience within that second.
And that's what gets people engaged, because it almost goes right into the crux of the story, wherever the drama is. It doesn't require any effort on the part of the user to just jump in and start to watch.
These are like your telenovela, basically. When you look at the genres, a lot of romantic comedy, they have the vampire stories, they have like the tycoon stories.
Unlike traditional big-budget TV series, microdramas offer producers a low-cost, high-reward format that's fast to make and easy to scale.
The streaming companies, a huge cost center for them is content creation. For a short-form drama, you can get intriguing content at a much lower cost with a shorter production time, so you can have more volume.
The leading apps can churn 8 to 10 shows a month. You're looking at like producing 100 original microdrama per year.
They are usually taking unknown actors to play these parts.
You're looking at anything from top to finish within 2 months versus a year and a half.
China's microdrama market surpassed the film industry's annual box office revenue for the first time ever in 2024. Part of microdrama's growth is also attributed to the marketing strategies geared towards their intended audience, typically women between the ages of 25 to 35.
They are able to produce it precisely, but also actually direct the marketing to the audience. Everything is on data. It's not just about content, it's the precision in production and marketing, which is, I think, is genius, actually. Major players actually wanted to go beyond China. The first place they looked at is US.
Downloads of microdrama apps in the US reached 10 million in April of 2025. An increase of 150% year over year, while monthly active users surged over 300% over the same period.
ReelShort, Drama Box, and Good Short were the top downloaded apps in the US for microdramas. They accounted for about 50% of the downloads in year-to-date 2025.
ReelShort, Drama Box, and Good Short were unavailable to accommodate CNBC's request to participate in the story. The US is the world's largest revenue-generating market for microdrama apps, contributing 60% of global mobile revenue in 2024. In addition, the 3 short drama apps rank among the top 20 media and entertainment apps in the US by mobile revenue so far this year.
So the US is very important to microdrama apps because it is a higher ARPU, average revenue per user market. So that means that they can charge more per user. The cost of the app when they monetize it is higher in the US.
With the popularity of microdramas steadily rising in the US, the question becomes whether the nascent format can make a dent in the US entertainment industry and pose a challenge to existing players in the space.
In my view, microdramas do not pose direct threat to a platform such as Netflix or traditional TV, at least not yet.
They kind of serve different purposes. You watch a program on a streamer for the plot, the set, the acting, whereas this, I think, is just like a quick bit of entertainment.
But I wouldn't say that, oh, is it going to take away the movies? Is it going to take away Netflix? I wouldn't say that, but I think definitely something to watch out for.
Microdramas are not aiming to become those big budget shows or films. Instead, they are looking to carve out that unique space by targeting, casual, short attention span viewers. Microdramas will pose more threat to social media companies because at this stage, they are competing for the eyeballs. And I can either choose watching dog videos on TikTok or I can watch microdrama. Typically not both.
Some have compared the rise of microdramas to that of Quibi.
Short for quick bites, featuring content under 10 minutes, designed for viewing only on your phone.
A similar short-form mobile streaming service that shut down in just 6 months after it launched in 2020.
During COVID, everybody was at home. People had a lot more time. And it was just really, really bad timing for them. Hollywood-styled content is something that they try to replicate, but in a very short, kind of fast-paced environment. Vertical is popular, attention is becoming shorter. They saw it. But when it comes to execution, a lot of things went wrong for them.
Experts say it's more likely these short-form dramas will coexist alongside other media and entertainment companies.
Would I be worried as a social media platform? Yes, because somebody's taking away my eyeballs. Would I be worried as Hollywood, Netflix, and other platforms? Yes, but not because they are the threat. It's because the behavior and the market that they are creating is a threat.
You cannot compare street food to Michelin. Is Michelin food going to take over street food? No, not a chance. But there is an appetite for street food. There is an appetite for Michelin dishes. So that's all I can sort of compare between microdrama and long-form drama.
The rise of microdramas could force existing media companies to rethink their content strategies going forward.
Given the strength of the short-form video format, I think that this will continue to grow. Similar to the way short-form video took off and it forced Meta and Google to add shorts and reels.
What I think will be very interesting is for the streamers to really pay more attention to the vertical audience and then perhaps to produce more to cater to them so that when they actually don't have time to watch 5 to 6 hours, then they can still engage the audience.
They also become more attractive partners to these other players to do partnership deals.
A lot of great IPs from the studios can be repurposed. We adapt into microdrama. It becomes like a pretty interesting ecosystem.
There are examples in China where collaboration with, social commerce or e-commerce are very successful, or collaboration with a more traditional long-term video creator are successful.
It can be a very exciting medium to play together with the long form. People keep saying, TV is dying. It's not dying. It's just moving to the verticals, moving to the fragmented viewing. So people move, so you have to move with them. Otherwise, you'll be eliminated.